How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffled Rallets, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, guys, I want to talk about potentially that image that we saw a while back being this one right here. Actually, maybe being just a prototype of a Pokemon, like a game that the Game Freak was essentially working on. Now, before we get to that part, guys, I want to explain why I'm even making this video. Now, I got this comment from XXWestonXX, who said, remember the Breath of the Wild prototype at Polygon.com? He links me an article from Polygon, and I was like, I want to see what this is about. So he links me the article and actually read through it here, but I want to read the rest of his comments. So he says here, that picture could be the same deal, a prototype based on Sun and Moon era engine. Just maybe the dev team played around with a few things to see how they would either enrich the traveling or drag it down. Either way, nothing is sure, but I really want the picture to be kind of true, seeing as Game Freak wanted to do a Breath of the Wild and revolutionize the franchise. Sorry. So what he's talking about here is that basically when Breath of the Wild was created or being created, the team that created it made a 2D Zelda prototype to test mechanics within. So basically, like, the whole concept of what they wanted to do with Breath of the Wild was to basically take Breath of the Wild and kind of, like, you know, make it into what Zelda was always meant to be. And the purpose of Zelda was for it to be an open world game. It was like one of the earliest kind of open world-ish games that existed, and the whole purpose of it was to go with that sort of style, and that's what they ended up doing here. They wanted to try features out, and instead of making like, you know, a full-fledged 3D world to test mechanics, they made a 2D world to test them out there first, and then kind of work off of that. So I gotta say, I love that they did that. It's kind of interesting. So as you read more about it here, we'll go through the article as we read through, but the whole purpose of this article and the whole reason I really love this comment, and I thank Weston so much for actually linking it, is because I was speculating about that the other day, because there was actually a comment, if you guys don't know, around that comment, a post on Reddit from an individual that has leaked things in the past, like actually leaked proper information, where he talked about, like, the Pokemon Stars was originally going to be a thing, like, rather, it wasn't a thing, but it was just a demo type of thing that they were working on, or a prototype, so to say, that they were working on for the Switch using the, you know, the freaking Sun and Moon engine. So that's basically what I want you to get across here, and that's what I think this image is. This could just be a prototype for what they were messing around with, you know, for what the Switch game is going to be later on. And then you look at this, you know, article here, and you can read, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has been praised in previews and impressions for its open systems, in which players can use multiple different methods to solve puzzles. This departure from the Legend of Zelda franchise roots wrote use of items. However, every dungeon was always solved with specific tools, was helped along by a creative prototype created by the Breath of the Wild team. Game director Hidemaro Fujibayashi, revealed a 2D Zelda prototype that mimicked concepts now seen in Breath of the Wild. He told the packed panel at the Game Developers Conference, GDC, which I used to follow GDC back a few years ago, or a year or two ago, because we had to, you know, take a look at that while we were in school. I used to actually, you know, go to school for game development. Wasn't the best at it, but I you know, I learned a lot of things there, and GDC is usually where they, you know, talk a lot about different things, you know, within gaming, like game development. It's a very good thing, you know, if you want to look into that, look into GDC, they have a lot of information there. So, yeah, either way, so he told the packed panel at the Game Developers Conference today that the prototype was useful for testing ideas of open-world gameplay, and also the game, and help the game return to its roots. Now, this is what I was mentioning earlier. Zelda was originally an open-world-ish game, you know what I mean? Like, it was one of the first and earliest open-world games, and, you know, it was what it was essentially supposed to be, but over the course of time, it became, like, due to the limitations of what it was played on or created for, the consoles, it limited it so it couldn't be an open-world, you know, adventure and journey. Instead, it was limited to being simply just a on-the-rails kind of journey, like, you know what I mean? Like, there was some open-world elements to it, but it wasn't fully open-world, and they managed to, like, create an open world with Breath of the Wild specifically. So I do love that concept behind it, and the fact of the matter is, if you read through the rest of this, you know, post here, they show an actual image from the whole thing. The quickest way to bring these ideas to life and present it to the team, a 2D prototype of #Zelda was created, and you can see right there, just essentially a 2D version of Zelda was created, like just a, you know, old school Zelda sort of thing, you know what I mean? They created that as a way to kind of see how they could use those methods and those mechanics within an actual working, proper, big, you know, 3D title. And the same thing I'm seeing here is, maybe this right here that we're seeing on the screen, this image, is simply a prototype. Just a prototype to test out, oh, how would it work if we actually had Pokemon in the wild instead of having them in grass and encountering them that way? How would that work like? How would it be if we had a character, you know, riding on a Lapras while also having a Pokemon on top of its head, you know, instead of following from behind? Like, how would all these features work? That's essentially what I'm seeing right here. This could just be a prototype. But keep in mind, please keep in mind, and also, honestly, if you don't want to hear about these sort of rumors and, you know, these speculation type of things, don't watch these videos. Honestly, just leave this right now, because I know a lot of people don't like to hear about this stuff. Again, this is unofficial information. I mean, this right here, this is official, right? This isn't. This image is simply just a rumor for now, which is why I referred to it, you know, as just a rumor always, usually. So, my point is that this could be, again, you know, giant, like, you know, red lights at could be just a prototype image of what the Switch game, you know, it could eventually, you know, turn out to. Or rather, it doesn't even have to be a representation of the final product whatsoever. It could just be an image showing something they're working on. Now, another really interesting thing about this image is that the actual people who posted it, PokeJungle and PixelPar, have both removed their information, like, rather removed their images of the, like, this image right here. They removed them from their Twitters and their, like, specifically PokeJungle from their website, and PixelPar from his tweet, or rather his whole tweet's gone now, which is very interesting to me, because maybe they were told to remove it, maybe there's a reason behind that, we don't know. I do think something is going on there, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. But I still want to say, this image still kind of intrigues me. Originally, I thought it was fake, and I still feel like it could be kind of fakeish, but at the same time, it could simply just be an image used to, you know, as a prototype to test things out. So I wanted to make this quick video, guys, to talk about this, guys. I have some other information I want to talk about later today, but I thought I'd make this quick little video just to talk about this and hear your opinions, guys. So let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this? Do you think this could be potentially a prototype of what the Switch game, you know, in the future, you know, may use as a... maybe this was a basis for it, right? Just the pillars to hold it up and kind of as a way to, like, figure out mechanics and how things would work. And one of those mechanics, as I mentioned, is the Pokemon in the wild instead of in grass and, you know, just randomly appearing. So they wouldn't be random encounters, but rather encounters you actually see in the world around you. That's what I'm thinking this could be a prototype for. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I want your opinions in the comment section down below, guys. Let me know down there. What do you think about this? Do you think this holds any value? Do you think this image is full-on fake? Because nobody's yet to be able to actually prove 100% that it's fake, or that anybody, like, nobody's yet to claim if the image is fake or not on the internet, as far as I've seen. Like, I've not seen anybody actually claim it yet, unless I've missed something. I know somebody was trying to, like, debunk it, but there wasn't enough there to, like, fully, like, you know, discredit the image. There was some information like, oh, yeah, that makes sense, you know, what the individual was saying, but it wasn't enough to discredit the whole image. So, I want to know your opinions, guys. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comment section down below. I love that this article is out there. I didn't know about it, actually. I didn't keep up with it back then, because this is very old now. This was back in March of last year, so it's a bit of an old post now, but I'm thankful to Weston. Thank you so much for actually letting me know about this, dude. I really appreciate Weston. And yeah, definitely, guys, if you want to read it, you know, this whole article or whatever, if you want to read it, link in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you just being here, supporting the channel. The love and support has been amazing for the last few days, and actually for the last month or two now. You guys have been fan-freaking-tastic. Thank you so much. If you're brand new to the channel, subscribe for future videos. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and, you know, just have a good day, I guess. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye.